Hey, Yellow Jacket Nation, welcome back. 2024 Yellow Jacket football. I'm Coach Mark Swati. This is my 25th season in coaching high school football, and in my 9th season entering in regards to our Yellow Jacket football campaign. I'm from Fredonia. I went and played college football at Bethany College, was at Liberal for a bunch of years. After that, I was a head coach at Halstead, and then I was a head coach at Parsons for a couple of years. Prior to right now, I'd like to introduce my staff right now. This is Buddy Claiborne. Buddy's a first-year coach for us this year, former player of ours, and we're very fortunate to have him on staff this year. Coached wrestling for us a year ago, and is going to be a defensive back coach for us this year. Next up, we have Charles Hill. I think this is his 5th season. Yeah. 5th season coaching for us. He's our offensive line coach. And once again, very glad to have him back on staff, a key contributor to our coaching staff. Next up, we have Cody Hickox. Cody Hickox is a second-year teacher and coach for us. Going to be on staff this year. Going to move him into a little bit more of an offensive coordinator role, freeing me up to be a little bit more specific on defense in the overall program. So a nice introduction for our coaches this year. Next thing I want to talk about is our first week of practice. Our first day of practice is going to be August 19th. Got a kind of a rundown here in regards to starting times. At 5:30 p.m. on Monday, all paperwork has to be completed. Specifically, that's all district documents. Physical has to be on file with Keisha. The concussion video has to be watched, and heat acclimatization needs to be watched also. All of those have to be documented with a certificate. At 6 o'clock, all equipment needs to be checked out. We will have some prior checkout dates during boot camp next week, starting August 12th, but all checkout needs to be completed by 6 o'clock on August 19th. At 6:30 on August 19th, we're going to have our first team meeting in the locker room, and then at 7 o'clock, we'll start our first practice. Our first practice will be about 90 minutes in length, and then we'll finish with a little bit of conditioning on the 19th. On August 20th, that is the last day of summer, meaning we have Meet the Teacher, and school will start the next day. So on August 20th, on Tuesday, we'll have a varsity-only 6 a.m. to 7:30 practice. We're not going to ask the freshmen to come in on that day, and we chose not to practice in the evening, thinking that we want the kids to have a good night's sleep before their first day of school on Wednesday. On Wednesday after that, the 21st and 22nd, we'll have practice either right after school, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, which is pretty much a norm for us in the preseason. If we do have excessive heat issues, you're going to be notified through the school district social media outlets to let you know that there's excessive heat issues, and we'll move practice back to 7 o'clock. A couple other items to note in regards to the first week of school is on the 25th. That's the Friday. The 23rd. That's the Friday. The back to school bash is at 6 o'clock in the evening. If we have heat-related issues at that time, we'll move that practice into the morning. That way everybody has a chance to go to the back-to-school bash. On the 24th, we'll have a 9 a.m. Saturday scrimmage. That's traditional for us. Community members are welcome to come out and watch that first scrimmage. Typically, that'll be on the practice field. Next item I want to talk about is communication. I'm going to operate my communication to the team through an email that they'll all get. It'll be a group email that they're going to get in regards to practice, schedule changes, things of that nature. I will take text, and I will send some text to individuals from time to time, but most of my communication going out is going to be through email. If you need to communicate with me, The best way to communicate with me is going to be through email also. I obviously will take text and things like that, but I'll take an email just as fast as I'll take a text, and it's a real easy way to get a hold of me right there. Next thing I want to talk about in regards to communication. We as a football program are here to serve our kids the very best we can. We want to push them. We want to be successful, just like everybody, but we also want to serve them and make sure we have an environment that's inclusive and that's very kid-friendly. If you have a child at any time that you don't feel comfortable with a situation, I need to know about it. If you're ever in a situation where you're losing sleep as a parent about worrying about a situation, I need to know about that. Typically, we can set up a meeting and visit, communicate via email, things of that nature. But please, if there's issues in regards to our kids and the ability for us to serve them, let us know. Practices, in regards to parents watching practices, we have a semi-open policy. We're not going to have parents on the practice field or right next to us. That doesn't make any sense. But we've had parents for years that have near 100% participation in regards to watching from the parking lot or from the bleachers and things like that. So if you're wanting to watch practice, you can watch that from the parking lot or from the bleachers and things of that nature. Next, got to talk about this. We are light on officials right now. That's statewide and coast to coast. We have that lack of officials. We got to make sure as coaches, as players, as a community, we're doing our very best to treat those coaches with the utmost respect for the service they're providing for our community, for our team, for the competition. Without those officials, we can't have a game. So make sure we're practicing Fredonia way and being very good to officials and let them call the game. I know we're going to be specific with that in regards to our team this year. Check the schedule as we get into the school year. We're going to have excessive heat issues that we need to talk about that could change schedules. We have a game against Blue Stem that's already been moved to a Thursday due to official shortage. And then rain, when it comes, it's going to flood. It doesn't just drizzle around here in the fall. Last thing on my mind right here is we do return a lot of talent from 2023. We were a young team last year. We had a team that had a strong finish. We want to pick up where we left off. I'm very excited about this group. A lot of talent. I think it's going to be a fun year with a fun group to coach and should be a very fun year to watch Yellow Jacket football. Thank you very much.